All right, everybody, we're back with requirement number 3 for Game Design Merit Badge. This one's broken up into 4 little subcategories to make it easier to get all of the information in to complete this particular requirement. The first one is define the term intellectual property. We'll go into what types of intellectual property are related to game design here right now with the second part of the requirement. Which is to describe the types of intellectual property that are associated with the game design industry. So this would be things like the game board itself, the game pieces, the company logo that created the game logo itself, specific characters, the visual display, the code used to get the certain reaction you're looking for, the gameplay that you're looking for, the overall packaging, specific music if it's unique to your game. The main thing is that this is something, intellectual property is something that is unique to you, which is why you don't see, 10 different versions of Monopoly, one that involves a basketball hoop and a basketball, because that would be basketball and it wouldn't be Monopoly. So intellectual property in a very basic sense is something that is unique, created by, the game creator, by you, if we're going to assume that. That makes the gameplay different than anything else. And it's something that you have a way to protect your creation and any investment that you have put in there, which is the third part of this requirement, which is to describe how intellectual property is protected and then also why protection is necessary. So we're talking about things like copyright, trademarks, patents, licensing. We need to discuss what those 4 items are and why they're important. They're important well beyond things related to games and game design. They're a part of our everyday lives, even more so than you probably realize. So see if you can figure out, and it's pretty easy. There's a handy link in the assignment here that goes into what those 4 descriptions are as far as how to protect your intellectual property. And then also define and give an example of a licensed property. I'll give you a 4 example, so you can't use this one in your assignment that you submit. But a licensed property would be something that a game designer partners with. So your EA Sports games with the NBA, 2K20, whatever the new game is, anything involving major sports where they're actually using the logo, the likeness of the players, all of that. All of that happens because of a licensing agreement that the company has, the game design company has with that particular entity, whichever sport industry that it is. That's not information you can just take out there and use. So we couldn't, pool our resources together and come up with our own version of an official NBA, basketball video game and expect to sell it without getting a knock on our door from the NBA lawyers wanting to know why we're using their logos and their name and everything else. So this particular requirement is all about protecting the things that are unique to your game or your particular industry if you're using it to be licensed for game use. All of the requirements are in there. So this one is a single requirement but broken up into 4 little subsections. So good luck. This is a pretty straightforward one and will kind of help to kind of set the framework for why are all these games different, right? Especially video games. They all seem like they're the same, but they have certain unique things to them, and that's what everybody's trying to protect, is their intellectual property. All right, stay tuned. More coming.